Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be running you through 7 different types of meditation that are great for beginners when learning how to meditate. So awesome, let's jump straight into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel at Finding Happiness. I'm Ash, and here we help women to master their mindset and transform their lives naturally. So we talk about all things meditation, productivity tips, mindset hacks, and also a little bit about holistic health and to really help you become a happier, healthier, and more productive version of you. So in this video, as I mentioned, I'm going to be running you through 7 different types of meditation that are really great for beginners when getting started with meditation. So without further ado, guys, let's jump straight into it. So I know for me, when I was getting started with meditation, it was really overwhelming. I think I literally just Googled meditation and so many different results came up and I was like, oh my God, like I did not expect there to be so much on the topic. And what I found was that I just didn't know where to start. There was so many different types of meditation and I just didn't know what styles were most appropriate for beginners or for advanced people, or even just in between, like whether, if you're not fully wanting to jump into the spiritual side of meditation. And I think that's a common thing for beginners, where we often will turn to Google and turn to those places to start new skills or learn new habits. But sometimes it can be really tricky to know where to actually focus your attention so that you can get the greatest results, but also not overwhelm yourself too. So that's really what I wanted to do with you guys here, is to actually really help to break down the basics for you and where you should actually focus your attention first, depending of course of what your goals are and what you're wanting to achieve with meditation. But if I can even at least just narrow down some types of meditation that you can focus on in the beginning, then that's my job done. So cool. So what I love about it is that it's not just a one type of meditation fits all sort of practice. It's something where, you've got to really understand, I guess, or trial and error what you do like, and then find out what you don't like. Also compare that to the goals you're wanting to achieve as well. And that will really help you to identify what types of meditation are best for you to do and to build a meditation routine from. So yeah, the word meditation, it actually does act as an umbrella for a lot of different types of meditation. So as an example, you've got your mindfulness meditation, you've got breathing meditations, you've got guided meditation, you've got chakra meditation, you have transcendental meditation, you've got movement meditations such as yoga and tai chi, you have loving kindness meditation, body scan meditation. There's so many different types, and that's why it seriously can be overwhelming, because some of these meditations are better learned later when you've got the main fundamentals and the basics of meditation down. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to be running you through a couple that stand out to me as some really good ones that help me, but also for most beginners to start out with. So number 1 is mindfulness meditation. Now, mindfulness meditation is probably one of the more popular meditations developing, particularly in Western society. And this type of meditation actually came from Buddhist teachings, and it's all focused on sort of living or being in the present moment and observing your thoughts and observing things around you, but without becoming attached and also without judging your thoughts and sort of really getting involved in that thought, if that makes sense. So it's all about sort of having a moment of a quality moment to yourself, and really just sort of like tuning into what's going on in your body. You might have certain thoughts that have been trying to fight for your attention and have been coming up during your day, that you just, you need them to come up. You can observe that they're there, but then just let them go. And it's a really great form of meditation, particularly for stress relief, and also anxiety too. But I also find mindfulness is great to help you to improve focus during your day. It can really help to, what else can it do? So it can help to relax you, increase performance and focus. It can also help you find greater happiness and contentment in your life. And the reason being that you learn to appreciate just the things in the now. So rather than constantly wanting for things in the future or constantly reflecting and dwelling on things from your past, it's all about appreciating that moment in time right now. And I know it sounds really simple, and the reality is the concept is simple, But it's actually really hard to do with many of us these days, where we're so used to running around like headless chickens. And, you know, we don't often schedule that downtime for ourselves, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever in your day, just to actually detach and sort of, you know, tune into what's going on in your body. And the great thing that I love about mindfulness meditation is that it's something that it doesn't have to be done just sitting at home, or like sitting in a meditation room or in a certain meditation pose. It's a really great activity and exercise that you can incorporate throughout many activities during your day. So for example, you can be mindful while walking to work. You can be mindful whilst in the bath. You can be mindful whilst washing the dishes, doing chores in the house, or even just, there's so many activities that you can be mindful in, even mindful eating. So, you know, while you're eating, really tuning into the sensations, the flavors, the textures of your food, and really just enjoying and appreciating that moment of time. So yeah, definitely check out mindfulness meditation, and I'll include an article link below that you can check out to learn more about mindfulness meditation. But again, this one's a great one for beginners to start out with, because it's a very simple concept to grasp. And once you nail it and you master mindfulness meditation, or in terms of how it actually works, it really helps you to then sort of advance into some of the other types of meditation, because you've got the basics down pat. So the second type of meditation I wanted to touch on today is breathing meditation. And I actually have done a video on breathing, deep breathing, and why deep breathing is so important for meditation, but also for general stress and anxiety relief in your day. And it's so incredible because our breath has such a huge impact on our bodies and how we respond to things, particularly our physiological responses. So, you know, how our body responds to stress internally, how we actually bring ourselves back to homeostasis. Breathing's really important. And so breathing meditation is literally just that. It's all about taking a moment to do deep breathing. And in this video, I actually talk about a couple of different techniques of deep breathing. So the 4-7-8 breath, also nostril breathing, and diaphragmatic breathing, which is your standard sort of deep breathing exercise. So yeah, so I'll in short include a link here. But I'll also include an article below that you guys can check out to learn a bit more about breathing meditation. This one's another one that's really awesome for beginners, because it's a really simple concept to grasp. It's something that can be done practically everywhere or anywhere. And it's something where, again, if you get this technique down pat, then it will really help you in learning other types of meditation, gradually advancing your skills and your practice as you learn more and more over time. The third type of meditation I want to touch on is body scan meditation. Now, this is another one that I have done a video about recently, so you can definitely check that out up here and have a little look-see at what body scan meditation is. But this is a type of meditation, again, that's great for beginners, because it's so important for various different elements of our lives. So, if that makes sense. Yes, I think you know what I mean. So, for example, body scan meditation is not only important for people who meditate, but it is also done by athletes, it's done by sportsmen, it's done by so many different types of people. And it just really helps you to tune into your body, and rather than having your body constantly screaming at you during the day trying to get your attention, you actually are giving your body a time to actually bring up those feelings and tell you what's going on and where the pain is or where the tension is, so that then you can then sort of reflect on it and aim to fix it. I think body scan meditation isn't as easy as mindfulness or breathing meditation. And it's simply because I do believe that it does take practice. And even for me, there are some days where body scan meditation will really help me, and I can feel that I actually do feel less tense and I do feel better. But there are other days where I just can't focus, or I keep getting distracted, or I don't feel any change in my body. And sometimes when that happens, it's very easy to get frustrated, or to think, oh, it's not working, or, you know, that it's not for you, or, you know, those things. But the reality is, just like any meditation, you need to keep consistent, and you just need to keep with it and trust that over time, as you practice this more and more, it will have greater benefit on you and your body. Another great thing about body scan meditation is that it actually helps to prompt your body to enter into a relaxed state. So for example, if up until your meditation, if you're feeling really stressed, really tense, really anxious, it's something that again can allow you to actually enter a state of relaxation and enjoy that moment to yourself. But the key thing with it is that you probably do want to find a spot that you can either lie down in, or, stand up, or, sometimes sitting down, but it's probably a little bit more restricted in terms of where you can do it. But still a really great type of meditation to start out with if you're a beginner. Awesome. So the fourth type of meditation is loving kindness meditation. Now, this one's a really beautiful type of meditation. And to be honest, I probably should do it a lot more than what I do it. But the concept behind it is quite simple, which makes it such a great type of meditation for beginners. But what you do simply is it helps to evoke feelings of compassion and love and kindness by cultivating an attitude of love and kindness towards yourself, towards others, or even towards specific people. And the way that you do this, it's kind of like through affirmations. So for example, you could be in your meditation practice and you might repeat such affirmations to yourself as, may I be happy, may I be at peace, may I be safe, may I be at ease. There's so many different affirmations that you can use. But so you can either do loving kindness meditation to focus on compassion for yourself, but you can also use it by replacing some of those words with just, may you be happy or may you be well. But what I love about it is that if you are having a really bad day and you are feeling really stressed or really anxious or just really down and shitty about life, it's a really great way to actually kind of evoke those emotions of gratitude and about kindness and forgiveness and love towards people, which it can actually change your emotional state, which is really, really cool. So if you're feeling a bit down, that's a really great one to try. It's also really great, if you are someone that is quite hard on yourself, you've set really high expectations, maybe you've got really quite severe negative thinking or imposter syndrome, or you just, it's a really great one to actually be kind to you and also be kind to others. Loving kindness is also great because it's kind of similar to mindfulness where, you can do it in lots of different places. Like you don't need to sit in a specific meditation pose or lie down on the floor or anything like that. But it is something that probably is, I guess, best done in the comfort of your house, in a quiet room, somewhere where you're not going to get distracted and you can just completely relax and not worry about, other things in your environment. There's also been some really great modern research that has shown that compassion and human behavior have revealed that loving kindness meditation can actually really help you to increase self-esteem, self-awareness and understanding. It can also help to improve, or not improve, but to help you feel more empathetic and improve your empathy towards others. It can help you to build positive emotions and also reduce some negative emotions such as resentment, jealousy, regret, resentment, and even also holding on to baggage from your past or holding grudges against certain people. It's a really great way to actually sort of uplift those emotions from your body and sort of let them go and really shift that mindset of focusing on the negative things that someone might have done and actually sort of forgiving them for it, and sending love their way. Even if in your view you don't think they deserve it. It's something that is really powerful, that a lot of us, we hold these grudges and we hold on to these negative emotions and the other person has completely no idea that you're doing that. And so all you're doing is hurting yourself. And so loving kindness meditation is great because it allows you to try and let go of those things so you can then feel better in yourself and your own body. The only thing I would suggest with loving kindness meditation is that it's often a good idea to listen to a guided meditation through it. It can be pretty hard if you're just trying to meditate by yourself in silence to sort of know what to do. So I do definitely suggest that if you are interested in this type of meditation, to definitely check out Insight Timer or maybe even Headspace or some of those free apps that do have free guided meditations in those areas and all focused on loving kindness so that you can then gradually build up your confidence to do it on your own. Even for me personally, this is a type of meditation I prefer to listen to a guided meditation for because I prefer to just be able to listen and enjoy the meditation, as opposed to just sort of constantly thinking, am I saying the right thing or am I doing it right? You know, I prefer to do it that way. So that's definitely something you can check out, and I'll include the links for both of those apps below. So this leads quite perfectly into the fifth type of meditation, which is guided meditation. And guided meditation is awesome when you're learning to meditate, because we often don't know what to do. And sometimes that's what actually holds people back, because they sit there and they're like, oh my God, like 5 minutes of silence. I'm itching, like I'm worrying about breakfast, like I don't know what I'm doing. Am I thinking right? Am I sitting right? You know, we have all these questions go through our heads, but sometimes you just don't want that. You know, sometimes you just want to be guided through, have someone just give you the step-by-steps of, you know, what you're doing. And yeah, it can be really helpful just in general, because once you start to then listen to a few guided meditations, your confidence grows, and eventually you get to that point where you feel comfortable to do it on your own, because you know what to expect, you know what the general process is of how to do it. Another reason why guided meditation is really awesome is because it also helps, particularly if your meditation involves visualizing, or visually picturing a certain situation or something that can help to relax you, or relates to a certain emotion or something that you are trying to release. It can be really helpful to be guided through that by someone, as opposed to trying to think up, you know, your own visualization. And a lot of these people who, you know, do the guided meditations on the apps like Insight Timer and Headspace, they are really experienced in what they do. So you know that you are getting the help you need, as opposed to kind of trying to do it yourself, but not getting the benefit or the value that you're looking for. So yeah, definitely check out guided meditation if that's something that you would be interested to as well. Rather than sitting, say, in silence for 5 minutes or so, actually listening to a meditation from someone who, yeah, actually has a meditation background or experience in that area that can teach you how to do it properly. The sixth type of meditation is probably the one that you guys have heard or know most about, and so that's movement meditation. Now, this is probably the type that you hear most about, because it often includes yoga, it includes Tai Chi. You can also do such things as walking meditation, and some people find that a lot more effective than sitting still, especially if you're a really fidgety person and you find it really hard to stay still. Walking meditation or some other kinds of movement meditation can be a really great way to relax your body, because it's focused on movement as opposed to sort of, you know, stillness or, like being in a seated meditation pose. And the best way to do this type of meditation is probably in a class, you know, or to actually be guided through it. So whether you could find some yoga videos or videos for Tai Chi, or attend a kind of class that can really help to guide you through the right steps, because it's something you actually can't really just wing it and do it on your own. It is something that's usually best to be guided through the right steps and the right pace and everything like that, particularly with Tai Chi and yoga, because both of them are very much about gentle, flowy movements. And so you really want to make sure that you're doing it properly, so you're going to get the best benefit out of your practice. So the seventh type of meditation that I wanted to touch on is spiritual meditation. Now, this type of meditation is not for everyone. And I know for me, because I didn't really use this very much when I was getting started, but that's because I don't really have a very religious background. But I did want to touch on it for people who do have a religious background, or are wanting to get more in touch with their God or their higher self, or become more spiritual, because it can be a really great one for some people. So in spiritual meditation, oh my God, I think there's a possum in my roof. But yeah, so spiritual meditation actually came from sort of Eastern traditions and Eastern religion, particularly Hinduism and Taoism. And it's really all about developing that deeper connection with your God, the universe, the higher self, whatever it is that you believe in. And it's very much now actually expanding a lot more into Christian faith. So that's why I did want to touch on it a little bit more. So with spiritual meditation, you can either do it in complete silence, you can do it as part of a prayer. And so often this type of meditation is done when in a place of religious ceremony. You can also do it in the silence of your own home. But yeah, it's probably one that is practiced more so in sort of a quiet space, which has meaning to you or meaning to your religion. So that's pretty much it, guys. So 7 types of meditation that are really great to learn when getting started. There's some other types of meditation, such as chakra meditation, transcendental, what else? There's lots of different other types of meditation, but I felt for the purpose of this video, they're more advanced. But if you do want to learn a bit more about chakra meditation particularly, I'll ensure to include a link for that below, for an article that I wrote on it, which is really in depth, really extensive in terms of explaining the different chakras in the body, and also how you can use chakra meditation if that's something that you're interested in. So cool, guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video. If you liked the video, ensure to click a little like below. I think it's a little thumbs up. And if you have any comments or have any other types of meditation you'd love to learn more about, definitely include them in the comments below. And if you want to receive more videos like this in the future, definitely click the subscribe button too, and that way you can keep in touch and also get notified of any new videos and things like that that can really help you on your journeys to greater health and happiness. So cool, guys, I will see you in the next video.